Hi there. Now, for many, many years, I used to say I hate kids because if you work in retail, you know that sometimes as soon as you see a child in your store, you just know that that kid is gonna make my day so much worse than it already is. But you know what? Now that I am older, a little bit wiser, and have wandered the earth some more, I've come to a different realization. I, in fact, do not hate kids. I hate parents who do not have their shit together. So yes, while this video is entitled Adventures in Retail Kids, it really should be entitled Adventures in Retail Parents Who Do Not Have Their Shit Together. Now, I'm not unsympathetic towards parents. I'm really not. I understand that it is a thankless job. You do so much for your kids and you try your best, but there are times where in public, parents will do or let their kids do some inexplicably, ridiculous things. Parents letting their kids, run around and make havoc. Now, I'm not stupid. I know that if you got, a kid, especially, younger toddlery age, they're gonna touch shit. That happens. And I'm not saying that, oh, don't let any kid knock anything over. But no, I've seen kids, full-on run away from their parents and, go off into, a different part of the store independently or whatever. And I'm not talking, 10-year-olds. I mean, 6 or 7-year-olds, bebés. Even younger than that. And it just baffles me that, you know that kids, if you have kids especially, you know that they can be little messy hobgoblins, and sometimes you gotta rein it in. But I've seen so many parents who will just let their kid just run around. There are other times where I've quite literally seen parents let some of their kids, chase each other, not just oh, haha, I mean, full on doing laps around my store, chasing each other, running. Sometimes there's glass and, the whole shelf shakes, and I'm sitting there going, holy shit. If, all those glass figurines fall on those children, I'll have to clean it up, and I don't want that. And of course, no video about children could ever be made without addressing the screaming child. Now, there's the whole stereotypical of, Mommy, I want it. But there's also times where parents will have a young or young-ish child and they will just let it scream. Thing is, though, is that I know not to judge if it's a newborn. That wet newborn cry. If you know anything about, if you've been around kids, you know, the specific newbornness. Because I get it, newborns, they cry at everything. They're used to living underwater. But there are kids from, the ages of, 2 and up, and parents will let them just scream their head off for, so long at a time. It feels like hours, but it's probably, 10 minutes. And, oh my god, and it just grinds against your soul. I feel like my head is in a vice. And it just, sometimes it's more than once. And it just, oh my god. And they just keep screaming and screaming. And there are other times where it's okay, well, I get it, you're here by yourself and you have 4 kids with you or whatever, but there's no excuse when I see 2 adults together, either mom and dad or mom and grandma or mom and aunt or dad or whoever, and one of you doesn't take the kid to the car. If you have shit that you're ready to pay for or whatever, one of you takes the kid to the car and calms them the fuck down, and one of you stays. What? Why are you just in the store letting your kid scream its head off? What? Are you just dead inside and you don't hear it anymore? Do you not give a shit that you're in public? And I've heard people say the excuse of oh, well, if you acknowledge every time they cry, you're just gonna encourage them to cry more. That makes absolutely no sense. And I just don't get it. Because, I mean, supremely young kids, maybe, but there are kids I've seen do this who are 6 or 7. It would have never occurred to me that that is even a thing that I should do in a store, because that just, I cannot even. I don't understand why y'all parents just let the kids just scream their tiny little lungs out for like half an hour. There are people around you. I saved the best, and by best I mean worst, for last. There have been times at more than one of my jobs that people will try to leave their kids with me. Here's the thing though, like, I'm not talking like I was one of those people on a cruise ship where it specifically says, oh, it's like the kiddie corner, you leave your kids here, and then you go, like, get shit-faced or whatever. No. At one point, I would work at, like, registers that were away from the main store, or, like, the stuff that adults would be interested in. At one point, I was at a register where there'd be, like, hermit crabs and beach toys, and it was outside of the store. And it wasn't like there was a big window or anything. It was just wall behind me. You could not see out to where my register was from inside the store. And there'd be people who would, like, try to leave. They would just go and leave their kid outside, look at, like, the hermit crabs and the beach toys, and go inside at where they could not see their child. And it was, like, facing a parking lot, like an open parking lot off the beach. And people would just leave their kids and go inside where they couldn't watch them. This disturbed me for multiple reasons. First of all, just on a personal note, I don't want to deal with your fucking kid. Like, I don't. I'm not being paid to babysit. Nowhere above my head or on my name tag does it say that I am a child care provider. If I can't, like, punish the kid if they're bad or acting a goddamn mess, I don't want to be responsible for you. Like, if I can't put you in timeout or something, no. And there'll be times where I'll be trying to talk to a paying customer and some unattended kid is trying to demand my attention. Oh, okay, and then here's what you do. Here's a book. Hey! Yes, small unattended child. I have a hermit crab once and it died. Okay, well, I'm trying to deal with paying customers now. Hey! Yes, unattended child. How do hermit crabs make babies? Yeah, and then that's like my whole afternoon, bitch. So that's just annoying me personally. On a more general safety level, y'all don't know who I am. How do you know that just because, like, I'm a young woman that I can automatically be trusted with your child? Like, you don't know that. Oh no, I haven't seen a little boy around here. Where'd I get this hot dog from? None of your business. They have no way of knowing whether or not I am a vicious serial killer. By the way, that does not count as a confession. And also, like I said, this was like a register that would be out in the open. And if some big, burly, scruffy guy, like, grabs the kid kicking and screaming and takes him away in an unmarked van, I have no way of knowing that that's not grandpa. I don't know. I'm not gonna judge your grandpa. And this has happened to me at multiple jobs in varying ways, where parents will, like, see me and think that they can go either into a dressing room or into whatever, where they could not see their kid or off to do something away, like, out of sight of their child, and think that they could leave their kid there and that everything was gonna be peachy. And I'm not talking about, like, 10 and up, where it's like, oh, okay, well, this kid probably knows enough not to wander off with a stranger. I mean, like, it would happen to me with kids as young as, like, 5. I'm flummoxed by this. Why would you leave your kid with a stranger? It's not safe. It annoys the shit out of people. And it's just, why? Why? Okay, I understand that, like, I just went on a whole diatribe about parents doing stupid shit. But you know what? I really am sympathetic to the fact that sometimes you're a parent and you always have to be on your game, on the ball, you always have to pay attention. And sometimes you just need a minute to breathe, and you want to just do things as simple as shop for socks and underwear, or go to a gift shop while you're on vacation. And you know, and sometimes you just want a break. Even though you're a parent, you're still a person. I wholeheartedly understand that, and you are totally and completely entitled to time for yourself. But not at the expense of the retail staff. If you bring a kid to a location, whatever that location may be, store or whatever, you are responsible for them. You started this dog and pony show, and you are riding it out until the end, motherfucker. If you could not find or could not afford any childcare, that does not mean that you're allowed to act like that kid that's running around knocking shit over, smacking his brother with a baseball is not yours. Like, you still have to freaking act like a parent. Now, this probably will not be my only story about Adventures in Retail kids. There'll probably be like some form of a part 2 or something. I hope you liked this video. This very negative, angry-filled video. I'm sorry. At least it's not about poop. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe if that's your thing, and feel free to leave like any comments about either weird things that you've seen parents do in stores, or even if you are a parent, try to explain why parents do these weird things in stores. I don't know, I feel like it might be interesting, and it might result in a really cool comment fight that I can just watch from the sidelines with like popcorn. I'm kind of a sick bastard, aren't I?